President Muhammad Buhari to host Niger President Mohammed Bazoum to discuss insecurity in Abuja. Vice President Yemi Osibajo seeks legal education curriculum overhaul. People advise to recycle abandoned waste products by converting them into new products to prevent environmental pollution. On the foreign scene, Ukraine sends forces to Mariupol in Ukraine for rescue efforts. In sports, England beat South Africa 137 runs to reach women's cricket World Cup finals. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon, welcome to the News on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. I am Bright James. We begin the news this afternoon with the report that President Muhammad Buhari will host this night Nigerian counterpart Mohammed Bazoum for a state visit today. Presidential spokesman Gabriel Shehu confirmed the meeting in a statement, arguing that the leaders are to discuss tackling the challenges of security and strategic stability affecting the South region and the globe. According to the statements, President Bazoum's visit is expected to last for a few hours. The neighboring leader will be received with 4 military honors, including a 21-gun salute. Shehu added that the relation between Niger and Niger are considered a true model of interstate friendship. Away from that, Vice President Yemi Osibajo and founder Afe Baladola requested Afe Baladola have canvassed an overhaul of the curriculum for legal education to reflect contemporary reality. The legal giants and senior advocates identified an obsolete curriculum as one of the biggest challenges confronting the development of legal education in the country. Osibajo and Babalola spoke during the 2022 Legal Education Summit organized by the Nigerian Bar Association in collaboration with the Affair Babalola University, the theme Reimagining Legal Education in Nigeria, holding at the university. While Babalola spoke in Ado-Ekiti, the Vice President addressed the gathering through virtual mode. Osibajo, who said the Nigerian law schools were producing lawyers who could not measure up to a contemporary benchmark to the global best practices, the legal profession said that a well-articulated review of the obsolete curriculum would ensure the Nigerian law graduates acquire qualitative legal education and compete favorably with their contemporaries. He stressed the need for law graduates to be subjected to intense practical training rather than theoretical aspects, with a view to exposing them to the mastery of intricacies of the legal profession. Now, from the Green Chamber, House of Representatives has disclosed how commercial banks, ministries, departments, and agencies MDAs owe the federal government 1.2 trillion naira. Against this backdrop, the lawmakers began investigation into the issue with aim of recovering the funds and boosting the nation's treasury. The Speaker, Femi Bajabiamila, also constituted an ad hoc committee to look into the matter. At the public hearing, chairman of the committee, Mohammed, disclosed that Citibank alone owes the federal government 99 billion naira, noting that most of the accounts where the money is stashed have no bank verification number (BVN). An executive director with Citibank, Ngozi Nwoke, who appeared before the lawmakers, admitted that only 7 accounts have no BVN, contrary to documents earlier tendered before the committee, which indicated a higher number. She also refused to disclose the names of the account owners. The lawmakers thereafter threatened to order the arrest of the bank executive who had been on oath before her submission. This forced the chairman to halt the session to enable her to answer her figures prior to another hearing on Wednesday. Now, in a separate development, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, has issued 77 million unique national identification numbers in the country. This new milestone was attained on March 21st. It comes as the deadline for the verification and linking of PIN to subscriber identification module SIM cards ends today. While Nigerians await the next direction in the new SIM exercise from the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, the verification exercise, which started in December 2020, has had the deadline shifted 8 times. As at the end of 2021, the number of Nigerians without NIM, going by NIMC statistics, was 134 million, while issued NIMs stood at 70 million. But from January to March, 7.7 million more names were issued. By implication, it means some 126.7 million Nigerians are still without name. Back here, government's effort in making life comfortable to the citizens in the area of electricity has suffered serious setback due to wanton vandalization of electrical installations in the state. The Commissioner of Works and Fire Service, Professor Eno Iba, who raised the alarm when he inspected some of the affected public utilities, said that most parts of the state have been thrown into darkness as a result of the vandalization of armored cables running into millions of naira. Professor Iba noted that the two generating sets by Champion Breweries and Wuruta along Akano Road were among the public facilities that have recently been rendered useless due to the vandalization of cables and other vital parts of the generators supplying street lighting in those areas. He described as worrisome the activities of vandals, saying that their actions have also brought economic drawback, as most of the shops and offices are not spared at night by thieves who usually take advantage of the darkness to perpetrate their evil acts. They were the Works and Fire Service helmsman urged members of the public to be extra vigilant to report strange movements around public facilities to the appropriate quarters, advising community heads and youth leaders in the areas where public facilities are mounted to help governments in fishing out perpetrators of such dastardly acts. Still from the local scene, people have been advised to recycle abandoned waste products by converting them into new products will prevent environmental pollution and waste of fresh raw materials. Speaking with Planet News, an artist and recycler, John Edom, described recycling as an industrial process of converting waste materials from old and turning them into new products, which still maintains the primary purpose it was created for, adding that waste is a global problem and so recycling them is the only solution to solving the problems it brings to the society. The necessity and benefits of recycling, Edom said, when waste decomposes, it produces carbon dioxide, which is dangerous and harmful to human health, adding that it prevents pollution, conserves natural resources, energy, as well as creates jobs. John advised the youth and the people to practice recycling to improve waste dumping culture. Artist and art recycler John Edom speaking. You were listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. You're listening to Breather. And then read more stories from foreign sports and entertainment scenes. Now to the foreign scene, where fresh efforts are underway to evacuate civilians trapped by Russian forces in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol. According to Ukrainian Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk, the convoy of 45 Ukrainian buses was on its way to the besieged southern city. She said the international community of the Red Cross, ICRC, had confirmed that Russia had agreed to open a humanitarian corridor to Mariupol. Recall that earlier, the Russian Defense Ministry said the United Nations Refugee Agency and the Red Cross would assist in the evacuation of civilians. It said a ceasefire would also allow people to travel westwards to Zaporizhzhia via the Russian-controlled ports of Berdyansk. In sports, England women are 1 win away from successfully defending the World Cup title after crushing 137-run victory over South Africa, set up a showdown with Australia in Sunday's final. Danny White, 129 of 124 balls, punished South Africa, dropping 5 times. His second ODI 100 propelled England to 293 to 8 from their 50 overs in Christchurch. England spinner Sophie Eccleston led back 636, the best figures by Fowler in this World Cup, and made him 5 wickets haul in ODI cricket as South Africa were ruled for 156 in 38 overs. South Africa, whose wait for a maiden World Cup final appearance goes on, lost openers Laura Vosvets and Lisa E2 inside the 4 overs to sweep 282. Aina Schursol 227 with both wickets, while Sunil Lou's side never really recovered. Nicholson, the top-ranked bowler in both ODI T20 cricket, run more after coming into the attacks in the 24th over with that dismissal of Trisha Chetty, stumped by wicketkeeper Emmy Jones, wrapping up England's comprehensive victory over South Africa. Now, on the ensign medicine, the German actor hero Bruce Willis, star of the Die Hard franchise, is to retire from acting due to an illness affecting his cognitive faculties. A post on Instagram signed by his family said Willis had developed aphasia, a language disorder that robs people of their ability to communicate. Willis has been a fixture on the small and large screen since the 1980s, coming to public prominence with their TV series Moonlighting. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM, but